The name of our company is Northern Mountain Blades Company. We make blades for everyone from your 9-to-5 professional to your everyday adventure. Anything from culinary blades to wild, wacky, fantasy blades, anything you can think of. And it's about having fun.
We want to produce a good product made out of high quality materials. So oftentimes I'm asked why I don't like to use stuff like stainless steel very often. The reason for that is stainless steel, though it is good for corrosion resistance, does not work very well in terms of being able to hold an edge for any amount of time. So we use a different kind of steel depending on what we're doing at any given point.
Why we smith, as it's currently looked at as an art, not necessarily a trade anymore. It's kind of died out because you get CNC and other machining processes that make doing our line of work a lot faster, but it's not as satisfying to push a button as it is to heat up a piece of steel and mangle it until it's exactly how you want it to look. As far as, what makes it so satisfying is back in the day it was looked at as magic. So, producing something from essentially nothing, that's not something that everyone can do necessarily. It takes a lot of practice, years and years. And then to add to that, there's this stress relieving aspect to it. Personally, I've fought with different anger issues and stuff like that, and different mental illnesses. And when you go into forge, when your steel goes into the fire, the mind goes in with it. The only thing you're focused on is what you're about to do and what has to happen next. You're not so much worried about what's happening a week from now, I gotta pay my bills a week from now. I don't care. I'm busy with this right here, right now. And that's what keeps me going. It's therapeutic.
What I typically really enjoy about bladesmithing is being able to take something and just using my own imagination and my own skill, being able to transform it into something else. And I've been in different trades before where I've worked with metal as well, and I've always found that blacksmithing or bladesmithing is a much more enjoyable way to actually create something than taking two pieces that are already made by a factory or by somebody else and bolting them together or welding them together. The reason I really got into bladesmithing was when I was younger. I always was fascinated by blacksmith shops at museums and on YouTube and television, other areas that you might see it. And when I would go to those places, I would spend hours at a time in the shop just watching. And when I was training to be a welder, there was a few times where we needed certain things that we couldn't make traditionally as welders. We had to break out the oxyacetylene torch and essentially blacksmith something into shape. And so that opened a door for me to migrate from one trade to the other and start actually being able to create my own things just by the way I saw the shape in the steel. When we were first establishing our business, it came out of the fact that I had already been running one for about a year at this point, and Justin had started one shortly after me. And so we had two separate forges going, but we didn't really see the point of running two separate forges when we could combine our resources together and elevate the level of the quality that we are producing. Having an advantage of two people is you can see different flaws in your product, and one person will pick up on something that the other person missed, and they will add to it and make it grow and get to a whole new level that you wouldn't be able to do on your own necessarily. And so I think that has made both of our skills actually far superior to what they would have been previously if we had stayed independent rather than merging together in a single company.
Well, to add to that too, as far as style is concerned, like I'm into weird looking fantasy stuff. Like I play D&D here, and I'm rather into gaming and all that jazz. And you know, I've always been wanting to push new styles of blades rather than sticking to the same traditional stuff. And being able to incorporate that with Mark's more traditional style and, you know, being more to the T about certain processes, having those two come together gives us something that's completely different. It's something that's unique rather than having something that's just crazy out of this world, wall hangers, or just 100% functional bowies and that's it, you know what I mean? So mangling the two together. Yeah, we don't see eye to eye all the time, but it turns out. So it's a learning experience and gives us both more skills so we can see our own flaws as well. If I'm way off the beaten path and I've got a design that just no way in hell is it gonna work, Mark will be like, no. If his shit's looking plain, I'm gonna clean it up, make it look good. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
It usually ends up resulting in a superior product because neither of our designs are usually perfect on their own. There's always ways that they could be improved. And for me, I really like the idea of functionality over aesthetics. And he is really good at adding some aesthetics to that functionality, making it look unique and look more personalized to whoever happens to be buying that.